Hi everyone, my name is Michelle and welcome to Reading on My Breaks. My hair looks a little bit different. I have a scalp condition and this helps treat it better. This video is going to be my pile of possibilities for Winterathon. Winterathon is a readathon all through the month of November that Rainy from Rainy Blue Reads hosts, and this is the bingo board for it. What I have done for each of these prompts is I've chosen 3 books off of my own TBR, and I will mood choose between the 3 books for each of the prompts. So 22 squares we're going to look at, and 3 books on each of those, and there's going to be 66 books that I will be showing you today. Since there's so many, I will mostly just be doing the title and author of the book. I will do any explaining if any explanation is needed to match the book to the prompt. So with that, let's get started. The first prompt on the bingo board is TBR Vet, and for this, I have The Scrivener's Tale by Fiona McIntosh, Grace of Ages by Ken Liu, and Love and Vodka by R.J. Fox. The next one is a thrifted book, The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, The Hero at the End of the World by Eric Claiborne, and Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. Over 400 pages, Phantasma by Kaylee Smith, Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, Shorefall by Robert Jackson Bennett. For multiple POVs, I have Stealing His Heart by Cameron Hart, As White as the Sky by Jessica Pack, Ranger by Dr. Rebecca Sharp. New to me author, Give Me Something Good to Eat by D.W. Gillespie, The Wren in the Holly Library by K.A. Lind, and Black Sheep by Rachel Harrison. On the next row, the first one is Friendwreck, and I have the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, Cannery Row by John Steinbeck, and Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. The next one is highest rated on Goodreads, and these are the 3 highest rated books on my shelf. And the first one is Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, The Lies of Lena by Kaylee Snow, and Spinning Teacups by Alexandra Teague. I might read this one because she's coming to my local library at the end of this week, and it'd be nice to have it read and get it signed by her. 5-star predictions. The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim, Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and The Wizard's Butler by Nathan Lau. And then we have white cover. I can grab it. I have Lured into Lies by Melanie Martins, Swashbucklers by Dan Hanks, and Drawing Blood by Molly Crabapple. Indie/self-published, Give Me a Reason by A.L. Jackson, A God Walks Up to a Bar by Jake W. Powell, and Spring Hill Blues by E.M. Moore. The next one is newest addition to my shelf, and I have Whoever You Are, Honey by Olivia Gatwood, When the World Tips Over by Jandy Nelson, and Do What Grandmother Says by L.S. Stratton. And then we have Set in Winter, and for these they're either fully set in winter or a good portion of the book is set in winter. And the first one is Second Chance with a Billionaire by Anne Marie Meyer, and Belladonna by Ambara Salam, and We Came to the City by Christopher Jamsima. And then we have Animal on the cover. What You're Looking For is in the Library by Michoka Aoyama, Hawk Mountain by Connor Habib, and Rabbits Are Food by Binny Kirschemont. Under 300 pages, Salvation by Casey Lian, They the Pretty Stars by Eden O'Neill. And The Stars Provide by Lillian Zenzi. Snow on the Cover, Let Me In by John Advid Lindqvist. Second Chance Mistletoe Kisses by Anne-Marie Meyer. And The Girl in the Mountain by Mark Lawrence. Author You Loved Before, Metamorphosis in Gold and Green by Lillian Zenzi. Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. And The Discord of Gods by Jen Lyons. For Start a Series, I have Reset by Serena de Holland. The Girl in the Stars by Mark Lawrence. And Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. Weapon on the Cover, and for this I have The Kitchen Front by Jennifer Ryan. This is about a cooking competition, so she is holding her recipes, and those are her weapon for the cooking competition. The next one is The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden, and the tie, whether it's a weapon for seduction or a weapon for something else, still a weapon. And Malice by John Wynne. BIPOC author, Beastinery by K. Ming Chang. Dirty Wicked Prince by Eden O'Neill. Red Dust by Yas. Continue a series. The first two of these are placeholders for the second books. I have them on audiobook, but I don't have the physical books of them. The first one is Losers Part 2 by Haley LaRue, or LaRoe, I'm not quite sure. Whiskey Kisses by Brittany Nicole. And this is the second book, so this is The Dark Forest by Cixin Liu. And then rereads, I have Master of Sorrow, which is the first book in the Silent God series. I always forget the name of it. By Justin Cole. Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. And The Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. And I sat down and actually read the physical copy of the first book, which is City of Brass, and loved it. And then I listened to the audiobook of the second and third one, and I've been wanting to reread this series, just the second and the third book, because I didn't love it as much as the first one. And I think it might have been just that I was doing the audiobook instead of actually reading the book and falling into the story like I did with the first one. And then the last one for the physical books is a book with mythical creatures. And for this, I have House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. Filthy Rich Fae by Geneva Lee. And An Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. I will finish this book. I don't know how many times I started it, but I will finish it. It is a goal of mine to hopefully get it done by the end of the year. And there's also a spot for audiobook recs. I have to look up what that is again and pick one for that. And then the other one is the Buddy Read to Read Guild. I'm going to see if I could get it on Kindle Unlimited if it's available, or from my library. If it's not, then I might just pass on that one. So thank you all guys for tuning in, and hope that you are participating in this readathon. If not, hope you're having some great reads this November, and yeah, have a great day. If you like this kind of content, please do subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.